is this battered woman expert, the final defense witness, who may hold Jodi's life in her hands playing dirty pool? Is she essentially accusing the victim, Travis, of being responsible for his own death? Let's debate it with our expert legal panel. And we're going to start with Monica Lindstrom, a former prosecutor for the prosecution out of Arizona.
Hi, Jane. You know, I don't think that she's making him look like a really, really bad person. There are some bad facts there, especially with the email to the Hughes and the Hughes warning Jodi to stay away from him because he's manipulated at least one woman in the past and wasn't really nice to her. But that's just one bad fact. When we pile up all the other bad facts against Jodi, Travis doesn't come out looking like a bad guy at all. She had a lot of power. The experts talking about this power balance. Well, she's the sexual balance there, the sexual power there that has a lot in that balance, and it kind of tips the scales towards her. So what I see is everything the expert is saying. I don't think it's going to be that difficult for Juan Martinez to just turn it around and point it right at Jodi instead of at Travis Alexander.
Reedy Sandler for the defense.
No, this case is about power and control and manipulation. And you have religion in the midst of it. You had a superior in this religious experience, Travis Alexander, over Jodi. And so the power, the manipulation, the subtleties, the direct emails, the way that he used her and manipulated her for sex is absolutely crystal clear, and this witness is going to do wonders for Jodi Arias' defense.
Well, let me bring in the religion theme, because it was a major theme today as part of this character assassination of the victim, Travis Alexander, the domestic violence expert. Described Jodi as a meek, vulnerable person, lured into the Mormon faith by Travis, the spiritual leader. She made him look bad, describing Travis as a corrupting role model who baptized Jodi, challenged her to read the Book of Mormon, and then forced her to have oral sex with him in a parking lot within 2 weeks of meeting. Listen to this.
He's in the priesthood of the Mormon Church, so he's seen as a spiritual mentor. He challenges her to read the Book of Mormon. Okay. And then he tells her that he's horny, and they have oral sex. She performs oral sex on him in a car in a parking lot. It was incredibly significant that Mr. Alexander was doing the baptism. She's got a spiritual mentor who's telling her that this sex isn't so bad and they can do this. She called him a spiritual guide.
You got to buy this argument, though, that Jodi is this meek wallflower who's so easily manipulated. Look at her in the interrogation room. Does she have any problems with self-confidence as she does a headstand in the interrogation room just before she's arrested, or flips her hair around to get a bouncy look for the mug shot? I mean, Jordan Rose, attorney, this is sort of like rewriting history. And unfortunately, the jury hasn't seen a lot. They haven't seen the headstand.
I think it's complete revisionist history, and while they haven't seen the headstand to show that this woman is hyper-confident, they have seen her on the stand for 19 days, and she only expressed confidence. She was not a meek person, not at all on the stand.
All right, Brian.
She is
Come on.
Absolutely, this is crazy. And to relate the Mormon religion with
What's crazy is to call her hyper-confident.
Ridiculous.
Listen.
Obviously hyper-confident. I mean, this woman thinks she could get away with murder.
This woman is not hyper-confident. She's sitting in this courtroom, mousy, quiet. Listen, don't tell me she's hyper-confident because she did a yoga pose in the interrogation room, okay? You look at her in this courtroom. You look at her in this courtroom, and you see a woman that's mousy sitting there with her eyeglasses. And here's the bottom line. This witness is not character assassinating Travis. She talks very matter-of-factly. She's an expert in her field. She's a pioneer in her field. And what she says makes sense. And I'm telling you right now, it's resonating with this jury. And to say otherwise would be to deny the reality of her testimony.